The Galapagos Islands can be found on the Nazca Plate and are the result of a hotspot. This hotspot remains stationary and the Nazca Plate drifts over it to the southeast, taking the older islands with it. This process created the island of Santa Cruz along with 5 other similar islands.
Santa Cruz is the second largest island in the Galapagos. Santa Cruz isn't just an island, it's a volcano. The shield volcano is made of basalt. Basalt has a relatively low viscosity and typically forms volcanoes with gently sloping flanks. Shield volcanoes are roughly circular or elliptical in shape, much like a shield, and are built up by frequent eruptions of fluidal basaltic lava flows. The lava can travel for long distances, which gives the volcano its unique shape. When they erupt, there is an outpouring of lava onto the ground, unlike other volcanoes that are more violent and explosive. It's a calm eruption, if you can imagine that.
There have been 2 distinct periods of volcanic activity on Santa Cruz. The earlier period produced the platform lava series. They are flat-lying lavas interbedded with shallow marine sediments and limestones, ranging in age from about 1 million years to 2.3 million years old. The second period began about 700,000 years ago. This can be identified from the lack of soil between flows exposed in pit craters at the summit. This produced the shield series lavas that makes up the bulk of volcanic construction. The youngest lavas are located in the northwestern corner of the island and are no more than a few thousand years old, which is why Santa Cruz is considered an active dormant volcano.
A line of young cinder cones marks the crest of the island at an elevation of 950 meters at Cerro Crocker. This crest divides the north half of the island from the southern half. Cinder cones are steep, cone-shaped hills of volcanic debris that accumulate downwind from a volcanic vent. The rock fragments of cinder contain numerous gas bubbles that are frozen into place as magma exploded into the air and quickly cooled. Cinder cones are commonly found on the flanks of shield volcanoes and are made of pyroclastic material, which are fragments composed primarily of volcanic materials.
Other geologic structures include numerous graben structures. These structures are sunken blocks of land that are bordered by parallel faults. They are created when a piece of land is lowered, producing a valley with steep slopes on each side. One example of a graben on Santa Cruz is the Ifbalca Channel, which separates Baltra from Santa Cruz.
Another unique feature that can be found on Santa Cruz are the lava tunnels in the city of Santa Rosa. These tubes were formed when surface lava cooled and solidified, while the underground hot lava continued to flow, eventually leaving an empty cave.
Also on Santa Cruz are 2 large pit craters along the road from Puerto Ayora to Baltra that were caused by the collapse of empty magma chambers named the Twin Craters.
The geology on Santa Cruz has affected the evolution and diversity of organisms found on the island. Because Santa Cruz is a shield volcano, changes in climate and vegetation occur with increasing elevation. In lower elevations near the coast, the dominant vegetation includes mangroves and plants that can survive in seawater. On the windward side of Santa Cruz, with elevations ranging from 100 to 150 meters, the climate is more arid. In this arid climate, cactus and Palo Santo trees dominate the landscape. At the highest elevations, there is increased moisture due to fog. This part of the island is dominated by low shrubs, trees, and tree ferns. This change in climate and vegetation with increased elevation, in turn, affect the distribution of fauna.
Charles Darwin missed the opportunity to explore Santa Cruz and the unique geologic and biologic attributes of the island. He really missed out.